A woman I know, she runs a consulting firm here in New York, works with European boards, travels to Paris 4 or 5 times a year, told me something over dinner last spring that I've been thinking about ever since. She said, "Isabelle, I have sat across from French women in meetings, at dinners, at gallery openings, and I have never once been able to work out what they spend." She paused. "But I always know they belong there." She said it with a kind of frustration that I recognized immediately, because I had felt it myself, many times. So I asked someone who would know, a woman I met through my mother's connections in Lyon, the daughter of a Parisian maître d'art who spent 30 years at a 3-star restaurant in the 8th arrondissement. I asked her what French women understand that most women in the world simply do not. She thought about it for a moment. And then she said, "They are not trying to impress you. That is the whole thing. They dressed for themselves this morning. They sat down like this because this is how they sit. They are not performing. And because they are not performing, everything lands as real. And real is the only thing that commands respect permanently." I wrote that down in my journal that night. And then I spent the next several weeks going back through everything I had observed across 15 years of watching women operate in elite European and American rooms. What I found were 8 habits, specific, learnable, quietly revolutionary, and I am giving every single one of them to you today. I'm warning you now. Some of these will feel small. They will feel too simple. Resist that instinct. The most powerful signals always do. My name is Isabelle Vargas. I spent 15 years as a buyer and consultant inside American luxury, moving between boardrooms in New York and dining rooms in Paris, watching the wealthiest women in the world operate up close. I noticed patterns, habits, invisible signals, things no one was talking about publicly. I built Madre to change that. Every week, I bring you exactly what I observed. The unwritten rules, the quiet signals, the habits that separate women who command rooms from women who are simply in them. Let's get into today's. Here is what most women believe about French elegance. That it is genetic, cultural, something you are born into. That it lives in a particular bone structure, or a certain apartment, or a wardrobe that costs more than a semester of tuition. Wrong. I have spent enough time in rooms with women from Lyon, from Bordeaux, from the 16th arrondissement in Paris to know the truth. French elegance is a set of decisions, made daily, made privately, made with no audience. A study from the University of Chicago on social perception found that what others read as natural elegance is overwhelmingly the result of consistent, deliberate behavioral patterns. Not genetics, not wealth, not beauty. Consistency. That is all it is. These habits aren't in any etiquette book. They are observational intelligence, passed down quietly through generations of French women who never had to wonder if they belonged. Today, they belong to you. 1, they never apologize for taking up space. I want you to think about the last time you walked into a room. Did you make yourself smaller at the door? Did you pull your bag closer? Shift to the side, let someone else pass first? I have watched French women enter rooms differently. Not loudly, not dramatically, but fully. They walk through the door like the room was already theirs before they arrived. They choose their seat rather than accept whatever is left. They do not apologize for existing in the space. A behavioral psychologist at Princeton who studies status signaling told me that the single most reliable nonverbal cue of high social confidence is what she calls spatial ownership, the unconscious habit of occupying your full physical allocation in any environment. Women who contract, who make themselves smaller, who hover near the edges, signal one thing consistently: I am not sure I belong here. French women do not signal that. Even in rooms they have never entered before, they sit, they settle, they arrive. The signal: I was invited here, and I know it. I want to mention something here because I have seen it happen among women over and over again. Most of you will finish this video, feel something, and then do nothing. You will come back to this channel next week and feel that something again. And the week after that, same thing. Now, if that describes you in any way, I've got help for you. I have put together a 30-day private curriculum called the Undeniables Blueprint. It is a daily practice guide for the transformation that changes everything for the woman who is done settling for an ordinary life when everything inside her knows she was built for something quietly exceptional and is ready to do the quiet, specific internal work that raises her permanently into the woman she has always known she could be. 70 pages, 4 phases, built around exactly this kind of work. It is linked in the description. $47, or scan the QR code on your screen to access it. I personally created it for you, the undeniable, because I want to go through that journey with you for the next 30 days, one day at a time. You can start today. You should start today. Now, back to the video. 2. They dress to finish, not to impress. There is a phrase my mother, who grew up in Lyon, used when she dressed in the morning. She would look in the mirror, adjust one thing, and say, "Voilà, c'est fini." Done. Complete. Not, "Do I look impressive?" Not, "Will anyone notice?" But, "Is this finished?" French women dress with a completeness philosophy. They are not assembling an outfit for an audience. They are completing themselves before they leave the house. This is why they wear small gold earrings at the grocery store, why there is always a scarf or a well-cut blazer or a fragrance, even on a Tuesday morning with nowhere important to be. A luxury buyer I worked alongside for years, a woman who sourced for European heritage brands and spent half her career in Paris, told me, French women treat getting dressed as the first act of self-respect in any day. Everything after that is easier because they have already decided who they are. The signal, I did not get dressed for you. I got dressed for myself. And that means everything I am wearing is real. 3. They never rush in public. I have watched women hurry. I have watched them rush through a restaurant to their table, apologizing as they go. Rush through a sentence because they are afraid of taking too long. Rush to agree so the other person does not have to wait. French women move differently, not slowly, efficiently, deliberately. They walk at their own pace on the street. They sit down without performing the act of sitting. They take the full second it requires to settle, to look at the menu, to answer a question properly. A study from Cornell University on behavioral economics and status perception found that individuals who display unhurried behavior in public settings are consistently rated as higher status by observers, even when all other variables are controlled. Urgency signals scarcity. Calm signals abundance. French women have internalized this without ever being taught it formally. They are not slow. They are simply not rushed. And the difference is everything. The signal, my time is not under siege. I operate from margin. 4. They maintain one signature scent for decades. A woman I know, a former fashion editor who covered the Paris collections for 12 years, told me something I found remarkable. She said, "You can always tell a Parisian woman of a certain type because when she leaves the room, you know exactly who just left. Not because she wore too much, because she wore one thing, consistently, for years." French women of old money background, the women I observed through my mother's connections in Lyon and through my years in the luxury industry, almost universally have a signature fragrance. Not a collection, not a rotation, one. A fragrance consultant based in Grasse, France, who has worked with heritage houses for over 20 years, explained to me that scent is the most powerful memory anchor the human brain has. When a woman has a signature scent, she stops being a stranger in any room she has been in before. People remember her as someone who belongs. Fragrances worth considering. Chanel No. 19 for its cool restraint. Guerlain L'Air Bleu for depth without loudness. Diptyque 𝐒𝐿 for quiet, close-to-the-skin presence. You will find options at every price point in my storefront in the description. The signal, I am not auditioning a new version of myself. I have arrived. 5. They make eye contact like they mean it. This one I noticed first in a dining room in Bordeaux, years ago. I was at a dinner with a group of women, a mix of French and American, and I noticed something I could not immediately name. When the French women spoke to you, they looked at you. Not past you, not at the table, not at the door, at you. And when you spoke to them, they did the same. Full attention, no performance of attention, actual attention. A cognitive scientist at Oxford who studies social bonding published findings showing that sustained, relaxed eye contact, not aggressive, not searching, but genuinely present, is the most efficient signal of social confidence available to any human being. It communicates, I am not distracted, I am not afraid, I have nowhere more important to be than this conversation. American women, in my experience, struggle with this. We are trained to be agreeable, not present, to smile more than we hold, to look away when it gets too direct. French women do not look away, they hold, and the room shifts because of it. The signal, I see you. and I am not afraid of being seen. 6. They express preference without apology. Whatever you want is not elegant. I have been saying this for years, and I want to explain precisely why. When a woman cannot or will not express a preference at a restaurant, in a conversation, when asked what she thinks, she sends a signal she does not mean to send. She signals, "I do not trust my own taste enough to share it." French women express preference directly, not rudely, not performatively, but specifically. "I prefer the burgundy." "I'd rather sit near the window. This is not quite what I had in mind. May we try something else?" A corporate attorney in Paris, a woman who has negotiated contracts across 3 continents, told me, "The women in the room who command the most respect are always the ones who know what they want, not because they are aggressive, because they have done the work of knowing themselves." Research from Yale's psychology department on social authority found that the consistent expression of calm, specific preference is one of the top 3 behavioral predictors of perceived leadership. Having taste is not arrogance. It is evidence that you have paid attention to your own life. The signal, "I know who I am. I have always known." 7. They practice what I call contained warmth. This is the habit that took me the longest to name. There is a particular quality that French women I have spent time around carry in conversation. They are warm, genuinely warm, but they are never effusive. They do not squeal. They do not over-compliment. They do not perform delight. When they are pleased, they show it. With a genuine smile, a hand placed briefly on an arm, a quietly delivered, "That is lovely." When they laugh, it is real. When they are interested, they lean in and ask one good question. A maitre d' at a Relais and Chateau property in the Dordogne told me, "The women who stay in this room, who the staff loves, who the other guests notice, are never the loudest. They are the most present." There is a difference. Contained warmth is not coldness. It is not restraint for restraint's sake. It is the understanding that genuine feeling kept is worth more than performed feeling. Broadcast. When your warmth is selective, people treasure it. When it is given to everyone equally and loudly, it means nothing. The signal, "What I give you is real, because I do not give it to everyone." 8. They treat their own routines as sacred. The last habit is perhaps the one that underlies all the others. French women, the ones who carry this quality I have been describing, the ones I have watched in rooms from Lyon to New York, have a particular relationship with their own routines. They do not skip them for convenience. They do not abbreviate them to accommodate someone else's urgency. They do not apologize for them. The morning skincare routine that takes 12 minutes. The lunch that is actually sat down and eaten. The evening that belongs to them. No email, no noise, a proper glass, a set table. A behavioral economist at Sciences Po in Paris, who has studied the relationship between ritual behavior and self-perception, found that women who maintain consistent personal rituals report significantly higher baseline confidence and command higher social trust from their peers. This is not about the content of the ritual. It is about the commitment to it. When you protect your routines, you send a signal, first to yourself and then to everyone watching. I have standards for how I treat myself, and that tells everyone exactly what standard they expect me to hold them to. The signal, I am not available to be diminished. Not by anyone, not even by myself. So here's what all 8 of these habits have in common. None of them are about wealth. None of them require anything expensive or rare or French. They are all expressions of the same single decision. I have chosen to take myself seriously, not loudly, not with announcements, privately, daily, without an audience. French women do not command respect by demanding it. They cultivate the internal conditions that make respect inevitable. They know who they are when they wake up. They dress accordingly. They move accordingly. They speak accordingly. And by the time they walk into a room, there is nothing to prove. Because a woman who has been proving something to herself for years has nothing left to prove to anyone else. Once you know what to look for, you cannot unsee it. And once you begin practicing it, you cannot unfeel it. Here's what I need you to do. Pick 3 habits from this list. Not the easiest 3, the 3 that made you slightly uncomfortable when I described them, because those are the 3 doing the most work. Practice them deliberately for the next 30 days. Not perfectly, deliberately. Then come back here and comment, "I practiced, habit, and here is what shifted." I read every single comment. The women in this community who do this, the ones I call the undeniables, carry themselves differently within 60 days. I have watched it happen. and I want to watch it happen for you. If this video opens something for you, I need you to be here next time. Subscribe and turn on notifications. The women who show up to this channel consistently are the ones who actually change. I want that for you. If you are new here, you have just found something. This is Madre, and the women in this community call themselves the undeniables. You will understand why. Hit subscribe, not for me, for the woman you are in the process of becoming. She deserves the information. Until next time, to every woman watching, you are not here by accident. You are an undeniable. Act like it. Isabelle.